Here we are at Smith and Wollensky, and the Marlins are with us this time. The Florida Marlins are with us. They're almost as tall as the Miami skyline. The Florida Marlin, almost as tall as that's Cody Ross right there. Billy the Marlin is here. Look at that. Billy's getting it done tonight. We're gonna get our steak on at Smith and Wollensky. We're gonna make things happen. The mermaids are here. Hi, mermaids.
I want to thank the Florida Marlins for being here. Big round of applause for them. As they are a couple of months away from hopefully a great season. Thanks to David Sampson and Larry Beinfest and the broadcast team and Josh Johnson and Cody Ross. All the guys are here. Anyone you want to talk to, they are here. They are here. They'll be here until 10 o'clock tonight. And Jack McKeon. Jack McKeon's been here for 5 hours already, but he's here as well. World Series champion manager Jack McKeon. But they are here the entire evening. Dan and I are here. Marc Hochman is right here to my left. Let's hear it for Hoch. Mike Ryan's in the house. Let's hear it for Mikey. Steve White, program director in the house. He's the tallest guy in this room. I promise you, you can't miss him. Dan will be here shortly. But again, a big thanks to the Florida Marlins for doing this with us. They are great partners. Big thanks to Smith and Wollensky for having us again. We'll be doing 3 or 4 more of these. We'll keep you updated on all that as we move forward. Enjoy the drink, enjoy the appetizer. By the way, real quick, big round of applause because I see him over here in the corner. Andre Dawson, the Hawk. Andre Dawson in the house. You don't know where Andre really should be. He'll get there one day, right? Yeah. One day very soon. Again, Dan will be here shortly. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great time. And I know I will. I'm going to go and start drinking.
Here's the world famous Dana Strakowski. You've just been flashed. She does her own video blog. How do you feel being on a competing video blog?
I think our video blogs are completely different, so I don't feel in competition with you, Hoch.
Oh, so you feel all right about it?
I'm fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming to Smith and Wollensky. I am Hoch from the Dan LeBatard Show. There are so many... It's a really lukewarm response I got there, leading me to believe not many people are here to see me. How's the Rogaine working?
Shit, a week ago you were bald, totally bald.
I was completely bald a week ago. The food in the carving station will be open in about 5 or 10 minutes in the room right where I'm pointing, under that J.M. Durand and Company sign, but there are hors d'oeuvres being passed around. There's also an open bar and a surly bartender, so you certainly want to enjoy that. Without any further ado, there's plenty of celebrities in the house tonight. Where's Dan, by the way? I saw him walking around. Has anyone met Dan? There's Dan LeBatard. You want to say hello to everybody, Dan? Dan LeBatard, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys handled it, right? Thank you. They say thank you. Thank you to Smith and Wollensky. Thank you to the Marlins. Is Jack McKeon drunk yet? Yeah! Where is he? I want to do shots with Jack McKeon. Everybody gather around. We're going to do body shots off Jack McKeon.
I'd like to introduce the 2 voices of the Florida Marlins. Please give them a big Dan LeBatard, give them a good welcome, not a Dan LeBatard show welcome. Give them a good welcome. Glenn Geffner and Dave Van Horne. Glenn and Dave. 2 much more professional broadcasters than we would ever aspire to be.
Wow. Well, hi everybody. Glenn and I are ready to go. Hope you are. I know one thing that's going to happen this year. Last year, nobody gave the fish a chance, and they were right there down the stretch. Had it not been for a stumble or 2 in the month of August, fish might have made a big difference in the East Division. They did as it was. They put great pressure on the Mets and the Phillies, and for the 2nd consecutive year, single-handedly took the New York Mets out of it.
If there's anybody that's going to do damage to Smith and Wollensky, it's going to be Steve White. What do you start? Right, that plate in your hand. That looks like a Barbie house plate in your hand. He dwarfs it. What are we serving tonight?
He's serving beef, sir.
Well, that's a good idea. It's Smith and Wollensky.
Yes, sir. Serving some delicious pork over there, pork fat.
And they got pork. Steve White, you doing the pork?
What's this?
Little guy, you want a piece of steak?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Steve White is getting it done. Steve White is getting it done.
We're losing money on me today, buddy.
Oh, they're going to lose money on you.
I'll be back for more than one time.
There's no question.
Thank you very much.
Steve White has put together a nice plate.
Look at this. Here, get some tape of that. Look at that.
Look at that. How long is that going to take you to eat? About 6 seconds?
It's this man's job to run the ball club, and what a job he has done in his first couple of years as a manager in the big leagues. Last year's Sporting News National League Manager of the Year, Freddie Gonzalez. Freddie, right here. Did you bring a bottle of wine with you? Got some dynamite with you? Okay, we're good to go. My wine buddy. The guy that led the Marlins in 2003 will forever be a huge part of this franchise, even though it was a very small part of his illustrious and long baseball career. But he's still a member of the family. He still has input with the Marlins. And he is everybody's favorite, Jack McKeon. Trainer Jack, right here. You find the cigar and you'll find Jack. My dear friend that I saw break in as a youngster with the Montreal Expos, and I had the pleasure of watching him every day for the first 10 years of his big league career, and off and on for the balance of his illustrious, soon-to-be Hall of Fame career, the Hoch, Andre Dawson. Hoch is in the house. My partner, Glenn Geffner, is going to get us started with some player introductions.
All right, Happy New Year, everybody. You may not be able to see me. Hopefully you can hear me, though. I was at an event recently, and a young fan said I sound a lot taller on the radio. I didn't know what that meant, but maybe now we can all understand. I want to welcome some of the Marlins players who are here with us tonight. A man who will have a real good shot at being at first base on opening day 2009. A hometown kid, had a huge year in Double-A last year. The Southern League most valuable player in Carolina. I've done several events for the Marlins this winter. He's been at every single one of them. He can't wait for the season to start so he can relax a little bit. Please welcome Gabby Sanchez.
Gabby's over here.
A man who came back from Tommy John surgery only 11 months after the procedure last July, had a monster second half, went 7-1, and gets you really excited when you think about what he might do in a full season here in 2009. Welcome the big man back there, the right-hander, Josh Johnson.
LeBatard, have you eaten any Smith and Wollensky steak?
I've not eaten any food. I have not eaten. This is 2 events now where I haven't eaten anything here.
Haven't eaten anything?
How is Jack McKeon eaten?
Has Jack McKeon eaten?
Yes.
Is that what you just asked me?
Yes.
You're asking me if I know if Jack McKeon has eaten?
I want to know, has Jack McKeon been taken care of? This is imperative.
Look at that, Jonathan Zaslow, usually talking Miami Heat.
Talking baseball.
But instead he's talking baseball. Dave Van Horne and Glenn Geffner. This is going right on the Dan LeBatard Show YouTube site. What do you guys have to say? Something offensive? Something we can get you in trouble with?
I got nothing interesting.
I have this to say about that.
Here's Henry Delgado. This man is responsible for the festivities here at Smith and Wollensky. What are you, the general manager?
General manager.
And what do you think of the Dan LeBatard Show crowd?
You know what? You guys done a phenomenal job. You have brought Smith and Wollensky. You put Smith and Wollensky back on the map again. So thank you very much.
Well, this is one of the most beautiful Smith and Wollenskys out there. You know the only one that I find more beautiful than this one? The one on the Las Vegas Strip. Because it's surrounded by gambling.
Thank you very much once again. And we look forward to working with you guys in the upcoming months. Thank you.
And thank you to Smith and Wollensky. You got it going on, Henry.
Thank you.